Colton,
Right.
lead us with the review of
Yeah.
said film we will be discussing
Mickey
today.
17.
We've all seen
Mickey
it.
17. My
And
letterbox review. Let's
Yeah,
actually do I wanna okay wait, hold on. Where's my sorry,
you don't
I
have to
was just
share your
bringing up
letterbox. You can read it.
you could just give us the. If
yeah, I
it's
was
too
gonna read
long,
it.
you give us the cliff
All
notes.
right. This review may contain spoilers. It is opening
Spoilers
weekend,
for
so
Mickey
yeah.
That's
17.
true. Yeah,
I
spoiler.
got Mickey 17. I got lost in the sauce.
Okay. Ah, the sauce.
On
Yes.
reflection, I have to agree with my friend that was also watched the movie that I watched the movie with. Mickey 18 was a bit of a flat character that didn't cause too much conflict to Mickey 17. His whole ordeal was just to kill Mark Ruffalo and insult Mickey 17's character, and then was just sent to the wayside until the very end for just a sacrificial character. It seemed a bit of a one-dimensional take that I wish was developed more. Anything the multiples idea felt a little bit underutilized. Plot seemed that there was only one option: save the alien baby and beat the bad guy. Major trope for screenwriting is don't let your audience get ahead of the story, and if people can already tell what's going to happen, then you've lost them. Unfortunately, the sauce was lost on me. That was my letterbox review.
See, so you worked in
Oh.
the
I get,
sauce
I get,
of yeah. I
yeah.
clever, clever.
One
Okay.
of my
Yeah.
friends has a better written review and actually goes into like actual
It sounds very much
details
like
of
you
what
thought
didn't
of
work for
Lost
him.
in the Sauce and you made it around
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, that's there.
yeah. It was okay. I gave it 3 stars.
I
Oh yeah, it was just kind of like it was a good like bleak industrial like nihilistic view on human greed, and then um, it's pretty on the nose filmmaking, which was kind of similar. Did you guys ever watch Okja?
I never did.
same director though,
His
right?
like is under
Yeah.
is was an yeah same director. Yeah, it was very similar to that, and I really liked like Robert Pattinson was amazing in it, but I feel like the unique aspects of the story, like the or at least the multiples perspective, it was
Mm.
kind of like they and I know it's based on a book. They kind of shoehorned in the fact that like it was the most interesting part, but they went with the least interesting story about it, or at least something like I
You
wouldn't
know what?
care enough about.
Yeah, that was probably my biggest.
I feel like they're yeah. So that's my gripe about it. But it was still like enjoyable. So that's kind of I went from a four
Yeah,
to a three. What do you guys think?
Great.
yeah. I mean, I probably would give it like a 3.5. Um,
Yeah.
I I definitely enjoyed it. It was pretty fun. But yeah, I was gonna say it was one of those things where the the thing that interests me the most when I saw some of the trailers was like the premise, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a little bit less of the premise than I thought. It kind of just because it kind of I mean basically
Yeah.
by the time the movie actually starts, it doesn't
Yeah,
happen anymore,
the
right?
whole
Like
premise of kind of what you thought the movie was about was kind of in like the
the
prologue
beginning.
almost. Yeah, where it was just like
Yeah, yeah,
here's
Yeah.
what I've been through, which is still cool.
yeah. It was again, like, it was a pretty long prologue too. Like it was
Yeah, that's true.
I got some. They had some good
Yeah.
bits.
Yeah.
Space gloves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was interesting.
Yeah. Little bits.
But
Yeah. I
what
was.
else?
Yeah. We have to. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a.
Another big
Mark
thing is like
Oh, I think are you on a big? Is he a big delay for
I
you?
He
Kid?
is, yeah.
Okay,
I'm not
because
gonna
I
delay.
don't mean to talk over you, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
sometimes
No. 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 Fuck. Okay. Sorry, boys.
It's all
it's
right.
all good.
Yeah.
Uh,
You go. You go. You go.
Yeah.
no, I was just gonna say Mark Ruffalo's character. Uh, I wonder what he was doing. I wonder what that impression was. It was interesting. It was interesting.
Mm. I was just
Yeah.
every time he spoke, I just could not look away from like his massive veneers, like his fake teeth were that was like the character was all teeth.
It was interesting. It was
Yeah.
interesting.
Definitely an interesting fellow.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably around the same as you, Car, like a 3.5. I enjoyed it a lot. It was fun.
Yeah.
I'm not as film criticky as Colton is, so I kind of just judge it on if I liked it or not. I liked it. It was fun.
Vibe
Vibes, yeah.
check. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
I did think the creatures were cool. I
Hmm.
thought there was some cool ideas there. Especially when they all started swarming to hide
Yeah,
the
that was
mother.
cool.
I
It was
kind of
good
was like,
too.
I like that little, I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, DNEG worked on that, so it was a pretty cool
Really, I was
show.
gonna ask what. Yeah, what?
And,
I wonder what
yeah,
was the main.
yeah, they did all the aliens and stuff. So actually, had quite a bit of they had a lot of shots. So
I was assuming
there's
like space
stuff
stuff,
out
right?
there.
Isn't that like they do the space stuff too?
That I don't know, but almost pretty much the entire end sequence was all DNEG. So,
Mm.
or at least all the
Yeah.
aliens. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good.
I guess yeah. The last critique, I think a lot of like the internal voiceovers. I feel like if they at the beginning and then didn't continue that throughout the film, I think that because it felt like, they always say like show don't tell kind of thing, and I think
Mm.
could that have been maybe a fault of having to adopt, or maybe like the heartaches of having to deal with adapting a novel because there's probably so much detail that they want to get into the film that was like in the book. So maybe the only way that they could adapt the novel was having the internal monologue. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to read the book and compare.
Yeah. I don't know, I feel like the like his the
Yeah.
monologue stuff, like narration, was always kind of fun and funny as well too. So it didn't always feel like
Yeah,
it mostly felt like it was kind of from his perspective too. So it didn't feel like necessarily that
yeah,
he was giving away stuff. It was just from his perspective, I felt.
yeah,
Yeah. No, I kind of like the monologue. I felt
Yeah.
like that probably worked more.
Yeah, I remember seeing
Mm.
the trailer too and hearing his voice, and I'm like, is this annoying? Like, is this gonna just be annoying? But after like a few minutes, like, no, that's kind of just a geeky, quirky voice.
yeah. I will say some of the whatchamacallit, the stunts that Robert Pattinson does. I don't know if it's just face or head replacements of an actual stunt performer, but there's parts where he like falls down the stairs, or the one part where he has his
Oh,
or he ate the tainted meat and
yeah.
he's like running around the room and falling down. Like he's really fucking throwing himself around. So like
Was that actually him? Is that what
props
they were saying?
props. I have no idea, but if they
Mhm.
maybe if it is just him, or if again it's a stunt performer and then they just
Right.
replace
Yeah,
his head or something. But
especially that scene where he
yeah,
like backs off over after he ate the thing and he falls over backwards. I thought that was like
yeah,
it was an intense stunt
yeah,
right there.
Yeah.
Um,
dedication.
Yeah.
yeah,
Good movie. Go watch it. Go see it in theaters.
yeah, it's worth seeing for sure.